Some of the best minds in the world bringing you some of the best knowledge on TRS Clips. I'm sure you've come up close with terrorists at some point in your tenure. Have you had a conversation?
I did have conversations. But when you strike a conversation, he's no more a terrorist then. Most of them. He is fighting because he believes in an ideology. Why am I fighting? Because I believe in an ideology of territorial integrity, of peace that has been embedded in my head, courtesy my training, upbringing, or my belief system in a democracy or constitution. So he's not wrong when he's fighting what he believes in. I'm not wrong when I'm fighting what I believe in. So when you strike a conversation, it is like a human to a human. It is very, very different from what you believe it to be. But then, yes, I have served all my life in Northeast. I can't comment about the jihadists or the fundamentalists in the North, in Srinagar. That conversation could be very different. They might have a different perspective of why they are fighting because of religion or because of I don't know what. But here the perspective is very different. It was not religion. It was something to do with their identity, something to do with the country not acknowledging them in a manner where they feel important or they feel like equals, or some inter-tribal rivalry going on. So when you talk to a guy who has such problems, it is very different from a guy who is fighting because of jihad or religion or fundamentalism.
I mean, these Northeast people, did you find good reason in any of their arguments of why they were fighting?
If I get into his shoes, many a time I wouldn't say it to him in open, but many a times I would find reason. But the way he was trying to do it, or the way he was being brainwashed because his leaders are not sitting in the country and enjoying in Thailand or China, is very different.
Okay.
The way they were being fed narcotics to limit their thinking abilities, to not feed them with information so that they think whatever is being fed by the leaders is the only truth, is a different thing.
What narcotics are they fed?
You name a thing and it was available there.
Opium.
You name a thing. You name a thing.
Are those locals deeply trained in fighting? Because I know that up north on the India-Pakistan border, people are extremely trained. That's what I've been told again by Special Forces
I'll
vets.
say the people in Northeast, they are better fighters because of their living conditions. The way I told you, they're hunters.
And the stamina levels, the genetics are
They're
just
hunters.
different.
They are hunters. Their instincts, their listening capabilities, smelling capabilities. They're hunters. They hunt to kill, and what they kill is what they eat.
Yeah, I've never met someone from the Northeast who doesn't have a clean heart. I've
Very, very good guys.
yeah, they're probably the nicest section of India.
Absolutely.
It's hard for me to wrap my head around the fact that someone from there would turn into what we term as a terrorist.
See, again, these words are very, confusing. Terrorist is what? Somebody who uses terror to convey her point or to get his job done.
It creates fear in society.
Yes, in this society. But if the society has not taken that he or she into the mainstream, or if the society was ignoring he or she for a long, long time, so who do I blame? The society or the he or she? So it's a very, the lines are very blur. Again, at least in Northeast, what I believe, it's all political, all diplomatic. If the politicians, if the diplomacy can take a good stand or have a good assessment of the situation, military is not required. That is what I feel after serving. Because they are not that we want a different country, we want this. Some factions, yes. Because they were ignored for such a long time. No roads, no mobile towers, no hospitals, no schools. And when they come outside of Northeast, you tell them chinkies, you call them by names. You can digest the fact that they're modern, they're stylish. And you try to, pull them down. So how would you feel if somebody starts treating you like? I mean, if you let's say you go to Hyderabad, and people start treating you like an alien, your community as an alien because you look fair, because you have a particular set of features. How would you feel? And if your village, your state would be neglected for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years, how would you feel?
Is it still neglected? Are parts of it still neglected?
Last 4-5 years, no.
Things have changed.
Lots have changed, and I'm happy that things are changing. Roads are coming up, mobile towers are coming up. The representation of people from Northeast has gone up, and they're excellent sportsmen.
Yeah, I don't know why. Generally, you see this a lot in Delhi, Mumbai especially. There is this soft racism in pockets. I don't understand why. They're also Indians, and then there are brothers and sisters. I kind of hope to change it in the same way. I have a lot of black friends just through content, through international meetings, and they talk about worldwide racism that they face, and I feel the same way for them. That why, these guys are so cool. I feel the same thing about Northeast. So
I'll say it is the lack of good upbringing, the lack of being abreast with what's happening in the world, the lack of being mature, the lack of being a good human being. How does it matter if somebody looks black, or he looks like an Asian, or he's short-heighted, or he's tall, or he's not so intelligent? How does it matter? Why should you try and rate him or put him in a particular bracket of you are good, you're not so good, you're bad, or you're not so bad? Ironically, people who are trying to, outcast them, they're no match for those guys. Ironically, they're better than you in academics. They're better than you in the sense of fashion. They live a better life than you because they don't believe in the concept of lots of savings and all. They live a king size life. They enjoy their life. They're fearless when it comes to fighting. They're excellent sportsmen. Their villages are extremely, extremely clean. They're very, very kind. They'll offer you food and other things if you've been kind to them. What else do you expect?
thanks for watching. Make sure you check out the entire episode and also check out this playlist that we've curated just for you.